Hype, 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 hype. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
You should have gone for the head.
Good day. Goodbye, everyone.
Holy potatoes!
Damn it. How is everybody doing today? Are we super stoked? Are we super friggin' excited? Remember this? Remember this last night? Remember this thing? Oh, jeez.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the mustache.
Okay, all sorts of things. I remember, so does Pepperidge Farms. Well, you can see at the moment we got a mustache here. I can only say yes with. Maybe this will be the voice for this mustache. The physics of the mustache.
Hello,
Force me.
Decade. It is an
Only say
astronaut,
yes.
Tim Peake. Ask me a question.
So adorable. Hello, my love. Good morning, sweetie. Wait. Hey, where the damn hearts? Where'd this go? All right, I've learned something today. Something is wrong. That's all I can do. There we go. There are the hearts. Something is up with the Stream Deck. I need to switch things around. I need to not so much overhaul, but like rework things that I know what I can do now. But good morning, everyone. We are here. We are here to be checking out the next round of images from the James Webb Space Telescope last night. Oh my goodness. Holy crap on a cracker. Everything. There's still so much to unpack from this image. It is absolutely incredible what we saw last night, and there's going to be more questions, and I don't have all the answers, but I can at least let you guys know what we're looking at. We're looking at a galaxy cluster 4.5 billion light years away that is lensing galaxies 13.5 billion light years distant. It is absolutely incredible. Things you can't unsee at 8:42 a.m. Yes, weird little things like that. Sim, how you doing today? They forgot to take off the Batnoff mask. I mean, I'm okay with these diffraction spikes. It kind of adds this this unique look to all the web images now. Like they'll be undeniably images from JWST. So excited to see what comes later on today. NASA will be starting fairly shortly, and they're going to talk about things about 10:30 is when they're going to be they'll be unveiling the images. So we'll kind of come in and out on what things are doing over here. But good morning, everyone. How's everybody today? My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. It is my pleasure to share my love of astronomy with you, and also just really cool shit like this. Talking about the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, the successor to Hubble. Slush Sus, hello, how you doing today? So what is a diffraction spike? Now, with certain telescopes, you have a clear field of view in front. With telescopes that require mirrors, there needs to be something in front. Actually, I will show you what I mean by what has to go in front. This is a telescope.
Hello.
this portion, this thing right here, these spider veins, this is the secondary mirror. There's your primary mirror. These little things cause those spikes in the images. So that is what causes diffraction spikes in an image. Just happen to have this telescope standing by. Good morning, Mojo Jojo. How you doing? Not waiting on QPG, so they should start only 10 minutes late. I know, right? Yeah, that's not a Lego. But this is our 8-inch telescope that we usually use, but it is now in the house for some maintenance and cleaning. So, yeah, that is what causes the spikes. That is just whatever you kind of put in front of the aperture of the telescope is going to cause a little bit of artifacts, but something
look,
like that.
There's a red dot
cool.
where my pointer should be. Lick the screen so Estro knows what the heck you're looking at.
Could you send that to me? Just pay the shipping, right? King of the Assassin, good to see you in here today. How are you doing? Cleaning equals, yep, dust. Indeed. Cleaning. Just gotta get the dust cover back on. Cleaning up the optics, cleaning it, making sure everything is still nice and collimated. CW Mod, good morning. Watched the VOD when you got home from work last night, and your reaction was pretty much the same as mine. I'm super excited for this morning's images. Also, there we go, Sean. You posted an explainer. So that is in our Discord channel in the general chat. If you want to go check that out. How do you clean the dust without scratching the mirror? Well, there is a solution you could put on the mirror and get it all cleaned up. But I'm going to take it into Ontario Telescope and Accessories. Talk with Steve about getting that all tidied up for next season, and see what we can do with our telescope. Yeah, good to have everybody in here. Yanni, Yan Poggy Man, how you doing? Good to see you. Buck Naked, how are you doing today? How are things? The Zoom you shared is pretty damn good. I thought that was really amazing to be able to get that sense of where the heck we are. There is so much to unpack from yesterday. So if you were to look at where did Webb look? Where was it pointing? If you were to, it's this portion of the sky right here. Again, if you're holding up they said a grain of sand at arm's length, and that is about the angular dimension of the sky that they were looking at. You're getting ready for next week. You're the activity director for CAP's Aircraft Manufacturing Academy. We're in the Textron Aviation Manufacturing plant for a week working on the Cessna. Oh, really cool. That sounds exciting. Good morning, Jigsaw Nerd. How you doing? So here's the cool little thing we dropped in the Discord. It was shared earlier on Twitter. But where was Webb looking? Where was this little portion of the night sky? Looking to the south. And we're still zooming out. We're still zooming out. There's the large Magellanic Cloud. And unless you were late, it's very, very inconspicuous of where the spot was. How do you think they keep those mirrors clean in space? It is largely due to just taking the calibration frames. It's already been hit by a couple of meteorites, so it's going to take some damage. Everything is going to be slightly damaged on the telescope as it sits out in space, because space is really pretty much designed to kill us. And satellites and telescopes are no different. They are not immune, but there is the tiny little portion of the night sky that Webb was focused on to get this image. Yeah, just giant space wiper blades. They have someone has volunteered to with a little squeegee every couple of weeks. Frack Space, hello, how you doing? Yeah, like tenth of a degree. You saw a picture showing it's about less than one of the moon's mare. The window guys that hang from the buildings. Yes, and not those window guys that were hanging from the buildings in Toronto last week. No, these ones are... they're much more secured up there. Alright, where is the... Okay, what are they talking about here?
Representatives from the European Space Agency, the Canadian Space Agency, Ariane Space, Lockheed Martin.
All right, so we got 40 minutes until the first images.
Telescope Science Institute. I'd also like to acknowledge the Green.
So they are going to be chatting about things for the moment. Science Streams, hello. Good morning, Belinda. How you doing? Teach me why this image is amazing. It is our deepest view of the cosmos ever. It is so exciting. I'll drop the link to this to the Flickr page. It's kind of one of the more quicker accessible large images that you can look at right now. How long would it take between the pics to illustrate motion? In here, to see like proper motion of any galaxies and stars, you're going to be looking at, it's going to be a long time for these ones. Could you answer a Goofy Goober question? Well, what's that? What is it? Time to ask about a beginner telescope, or should I post in Discord? Drop it in here and Discord security. We're always happy to chat about things. The lines in the stars, are that because they're moving when the image was being taken? No, we're just mentioning about this. These are called diffraction spikes. And this is due in part to the design of Webb and the segmented mirrors. There are going to be 3 distinct points that are blocking the mirror. And that is what causes those spikes. Because a reflecting telescope needs to have a support structure in front of the primary mirror holding the secondary mirror, and that's what's going to cause those 6 distinct spikes. Yogurt Girl, good morning, Yogurt. How are you doing? This is on Facebook Marketplace, $300, a Celestron Astrophi 130mm Newtonian reflector. Now, we were talking about those telescopes earlier. Also, Nerduino was talking about them on his streams as well. The only thing about a Newtonian would be that you would have to adjust collimation. It's going to be easier to align the mirrors with a Newtonian refractor like that than it is the one that I'm using. For $300, I would say compare it against the price on OPT's website. Just figure for American prices. There we go. Yeah, for $300, security, if it's in good shape, because I think there's been an upgrade since these telescopes. Yeah, 530 on B&H. There we go.
Picking up some dust. 4 forward, drifting to the right a little. We copy you down, Eagle.
It almost looks like there's a circular pattern, like a lens correction to something.
Holy potatoes!
We got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Within this image, you mean, right? Frack Space. Yes, that is the circular part. That is from gravitational lensing. So this galaxy cluster here is actually acting as a giant lens. It bends the light from objects that are behind. Excuse me. Look at the YouTube stats. It'll be bending the light from what is coming behind them. It is magnifying some of the galaxies. It's distorting them. I would almost hazard a guess at this one, and that this might be the exact same galaxy that is being bent. That light is being bent around the whole galaxy structure itself. At least for sure, this is the same galaxy, as well as this would be the same one. But this one here has become like one of everybody's favorites. Just seeing how quickly it's distorted. Not how quickly, sorry, just how much it's being distorted. Kyberg, how you doing today? I think Celestron will sell them direct. 130mm aperture is good as well, and I mean those telescopes are designed to help with accessibility to the night sky. As long as you're not bumping it around and bang and like using it like pretending it's a bazooka, you shouldn't be mucking about too much with the collimation on those scope security. Where Ducky, good day. How are you doing? Distortions are all fine and dandy, but have you noticed the duplicate images of the same galaxy? Yes. Yes, indeed. Hobbit, good morning!
Hello, Hobbits.
Yeah, good to see everybody in here. Good morning, Raj. Good morning, wonderful to have you in here today. So we are about 35 minutes away from the images coming through. There's going to be a lot of preamble. What comes afterward from these images, it is, what do they got? They got 10:30 is the full color images, 12:30 will be a media briefing, and 3 p.m. So later on this afternoon, we will be starting another stream later today. We'll have 2 streams, possibly 2 and an extended one. So we will be covering the images from web. We'll be covering the JWST images. And later on today, we will continue our build of the Lego Home Alone house, celebrating Christmas in July, which is why we have a few of the Christmas redeems going on. So this will be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time today, and we'll talk a little bit more about what the findings are from today's JWST images. We'll kind of follow up on that. And there's a good chance we might do some astrophotography as well, get the cover off the telescope. And yeah, we'll take a look at the night sky this evening. Yeah, good to see you. Where, Ducky? There's a cool spot if you look near the right corner, barely above the middle, like a few galaxies. Oh yeah, the galaxy merge. Oh my goodness, there is so much awesome stuff in that image. Scrotum, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Stacy. Wonderful to have you in here. Raj, hope you're keeping well, my friend. 33 minutes. All right.
You should have gone for the head.
Oh, jeez. Also, these will be turned off eventually, but for now, a crap and a cracker. 2 for 2.
Holy potatoes!
The images were awesome. Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. It's Punjabi. Hello. Good morning. Good to see you. Friday, Security Friday, you're going to the Yerkes Observatory and staying in the Airbnb in the country, so you're going to pick up that scope. Oh, cool. Excellent. Awesome. Yeah, there is, I think for something like that, for $300, like I paid £250 for my first telescope, and it really hooked me. So was it £250 to US dollars is like, it's well worth it. I would say for that price on it, if everything is still in good shape, yeah, definitely be going for that security. That'd be tremendous. Hey, Ron, how you doing? Good morning. Hope everybody's doing cool today. Andy, good to see you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, we have our drop game. You have like another 30 minutes to get in some drops. And yesterday we had an historic drop last night. Somebody actually landed for 0.01%. Entropic Universe landed for 0.01%. And we gifted a tier 3 sub. We gifted out a tier 3 sub last night. It happened. It occurred. I believe it was clipped. Sorry you're late. The bot never went off in Discord. No worries, Andy. Good to see you in here. We still got time. We got another half an hour until these images are going to be revealed. So we got a little bit of preamble, and so I figured we would jump on right now and just catch up on how things were last night and how excited we are for those images. Commander Sam Vines, Commander Sam, how are you today? Euros are roughly equivalent to US dollars. So it's not too far off. But still, for that price on an Astrofy, and still not too bad for how long it's been released. Doing pretty good in yourself? I am pumped. I'm excited. I am so freaking excited for these images coming through. Scrotum, as of today, what's up? And hopefully everybody's doing well. For those who are just joining, those who may be just popping in, what's going on today? Well, we are taking a look at the latest images from the James Webb Space Telescope. Euro and US dollars are the same. Really? They're right on par, eh? I guess if there are aside from import taxes, if there's things that people are looking for either side of the pond for telescope equipment, I guess now would be the time. It's so big, even Sky News have just gone live on Twitter. I mean, this is, like, seriously, from, like, the latest, it was, like, Hubble was the last big telescope image to come through, and I know those first images were wildly disappointing because of the optics, but they have tested everything on JWST. And my goodness, it is not disappointing. Bircha, good morning. Good morning to you. Sishui, how are you today? Thank you very much for joining us. It is we're super excited for this. There is an explainer on our Discord channel, and that was posted over. I'll drop our link to Discord if you want to check that out. Of what it is we're looking at, why are all the galaxies twisted? And there was also mention about in the top right corner of the merging galaxies. Where were those? There is so much going on in this image. Trying to stay focused on working from home, but excited for the images from JWST. I mean, if there's one thing to slightly decrease productivity, shouldn't it be the wonder of the cosmos itself to better understand our place in the universe? To get a deeper insight into our cosmos? I think that's a perfectly good excuse to take a little bit of time off work. To decrease a little bit of, coffee. Coffee and fuel. Coffee and fuel and food.
Is it fuel?
Everything is fuel. Thank you, my love. Did she bring enough for the class? I think so. Probably, maybe, possibly. Quadruple check. They were using the same measure benchmark. Which one was that? Did I miss a message from your tracker? It is Tim Hortons. It's the Tim Hortons celebrating Camp Day, which is tomorrow. So if y'all are in Canada, you want to go support Tim Hortons camps, grab a coffee tomorrow. We will be supporting Camp Day tomorrow for sure. That was the issue with Hubble that the quadruple checked, making sure everything is good. Buck picks up coffee. Brain, it's gonna be hot. Me sips coffee. Ouchie. And then proceed to have like the roof of your mouth burnt off for the remainder of the day. All right, where are we at? 25 minutes until they start to reveal the images for James Webb. And thank you all for joining us today. There are tons of people who are sharing this, and I appreciate you stopping on in and bringing in the questions. Do I have all the answers to Webb's images? No, not yet. Will I? I will do my best. I'll do my best to be able to explain what it is we have been looking at. How freaking excited we are. Why we are so damn excited. And how come we can see this galaxy twice? You are the best one. You are too kind. Blink, you're very kind. Thank you. You guess an upside to COVID is you get to be at home for this instead of not being able to watch it at work. True, fair enough, Yogurt. Hopefully you are on the upswing soon enough. Yeah, sorry to hear you did catch it. Good morning, Butts. CJ. Good morning, CJ. When building, one team uses scientific scale, another one uses metric. Oh, well, there we go. Just have one, just one unit of measurement. Buck, you have the answers, but you're not allowed to share, because cheating. Right, also because reasons, we do have a different pepper here today. As always, it is always on the table. Whenever that health bar reaches 0, we do have another pepper. Today is a Scotch bonnet, largely because every other hot pepper that was available at the grocery store was moldy and gross. It is disgusting. So I went with the next hottest pepper I could find that was actually fresh. So CJ, you have a question. Why are people named Thomas Why are people called Thomas and called Tom and not Ass? Yeah, funny you should mention that. You never met my 8th grade teacher. Somehow, I got the nickname from her. Can't imagine why. She would call me Thomas, but be very, very quiet on the Tom part. So it was just Tom Ass. That was my 8th grade nickname. Hold me. Not that I was like a little shit or anything like that. Goodness no. My goodness, why would I be a little shit disturber? Have you met you? Once or twice. Once or twice. And that was the first day. So there you go. There's your answer. You weren't expecting a proper answer from that, were you, CJ? Shishui, you were sent home at the start of the pandemic to work from home, but decided the team you're on did so well that we're permanently work from home now, which you're grateful for, really. I was work from home for the vast majority of the time in the UK, and I felt that we got like way more done. We had so much done. I've given you too much power, CJ. I bet you had that full beard by grade 8. By the time I was 8. No. Why am I so shiny? I'm practically luminescing over these images. All right, no, you're genuinely doing some genuinely doing some lurkies, or just having some fun. All right, it's the morning glow. You invited everyone you know to like the Facebook page. Well, thank you. Thank you. Wait, I thought you were born with a beard. 8 with a full beard. You can see it. Also, if I keep the beard because if I shave it off, people are gonna think I'm like 15 years old. I have a very, very baby face. Doesn't matter how old I am right now. I have a baby face, so the beard stays. All right, no worries, CJ. You have a filter for I do. I do have a filter for no beard, but that is solely for. I don't know. I haven't even thought of any parameters to actually activate that. To activate that filter. To give the no beard.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the mustache.
It would need to be an astronomical amount. Do not shave the beard. No. Wait, hold on. That wasn't a question. All Canadians are 22 to science streams. We're all just 22. Yeah. All right, we got about another 45 seconds. I cannot say no to any yes or no question. There's a song by Psycho Stick entitled Beard. Ooh. All right, check that out. So Adorable would ban everybody. Is Astro going to be partner next week? No. Is Astro my hero? Yes? Is Astro handsome? Is Astro handsome as a ferret? Yes, Sam. Yes. No, the beard stays. The beard stays. It is, it's imperative that it stays. Otherwise I'm out of the house until it grows back. So, I don't know what I would do for a few hours. Right. Did I get a shout out for the wonderful, the incomparable science streams? You want to check out Belinda and Lita and all their sciencey goodness and talking about ants and their biology and sociology. And also there is we're looking forward to the day as well for you guys when you actually will lick a piece of amber. You lick a piece of amber, I will lick a genuine meteorite when we reach those goals. But always appreciate you seeing everybody in here. We are awaiting these images. And what I thought was funny about last night, not only did it take so long, but also at least there was a genuine reason why they were behind. And when they showed the first image, it was like the smallest picture in the background. It was like, okay, thanks PowerPoint for making the tiniest image ever. And then finally, once they uploaded the higher resolution image. So these images will be available over at the web page that is called, not that one, somewhere. It is, there we go, this page right here. First web images. They will be sharing them on that page as well. Scotty, you shaved yours. I shaved yours this year for the first time since '98. Be another 24 years till you do that again. It's just you realize, like, that's not, you look in the mirror, that's not me. That's not me. An airplane meteorite. No, that isn't an airplane meteorite. Isn't it just a big ball of pee? Barney of the Rubble. Hey, Barn. Will you snort authenticated moon dust? No, that would be against TOS. I mean, maybe we would sprinkle it on a piece of toast. You just downloaded the largest version of it, and you're finding a ton of cool stuff, trying to see if some of these galaxies are duplicates. It is, yeah. No, we're not licking airplane meteorites. genuine meteorites from outer space. You wonder where'd your chin go? Like, I think I can hide this in here. Nope. When you be partner, lick something spacey with a purple beard, please. Not Kevin, right? Oh, we lost the camera. What happened? We're having technical difficulties. It's not a chin, it's just a fist. Wearing a shoe. Kick you in the face with your fist, shoe, chin. Wait, what happened to red bearding? I tried the red beard, and unfortunately it didn't stick. It didn't take. I came up with like a slightly pink beard. So I need to either find something a little more aggressive, or I gotta find my beard lights. Need to find that. Alright, we got 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes. Everything at about maybe 5 minutes to go before the image release. We're going to be turning everything. We will be turning off all the redeems so we can watch these images roll in. Lone Mountain Knife Co. coming in with the largest and loudest goat. How are you doing? Frankie, good to see you in here today. Bircha, how is your Tuesday going? How are things? Let's see if we can get this camera back up. There we go. We got our scope cam. So later tonight, believe it or not, things are probably going to clear up. It is raining right now, but we should be having clear skies later tonight if the forecasts are correct. We will be having, we will be doing some live astrophotography, as well as continue our build of the Lego Home Alone set. And like I said, we have a very, very lofty goal. If we do reach that, we will be smashing the Lego set. Later on tonight, actually later on in the first half an hour of tonight's stream, starting at 6 o'clock, we will be doing a giveaway for a $50 Canadian Lego gift card. And then whatever the equivalent would be for, depending if whatever country you reside in. We'll be doing a giveaway for that. And yeah, we'll continue on with this set. And if we reach the next goal this Sunday, we will do a little bit of, we'll do some festive karaoke. If we reach this next goal down here. But that kind of goes up until Sunday. And if not, then we will change things up for a new goal. Scott, you got the same crappy skies. Oh yeah, hey, Chuck Norris. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what resides in this beard. No, it's just another beard. Chuck Norris can swim through land. He can do anything. He can be anything he wants to do. K2 Design Lab. How you doing, K2? Good to see you. All right, you can hear me now, Raj. Hello, Raj. Hello, Raj. Rough Rider, good morning. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? All right, we are...
You should have gone for the head.
We're gonna step out for a minute because I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Holy potatoes!
That was That was 15 years ago. That was 15 whole years ago. My goodness. Big pile of Wesley. Hello, Wesley. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. The stars aren't out. No. No, but this creepy face is still here. We gotta get rid of that. Let's do that. Ah! Nothing? Nothing? Absolutely nothing. Alright, you had redeemed page 13 billion. How about page 13? No. And no. And no. How about page 12? And no. 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 How about the tribute page? Picard's voice. Wait, which Picard? This Picard? I look like Ming from Flash Gordon. It says that is a 1990s eyebrows. Clearly, that's what it was. No, Jean-Luc. Okay, here, we'll do this for you. Why does this happen? Stocking a few lenses for Prime Day deals. Oh yeah, anything decent? Anything decent for Prime Day? All right, tribute you. All right, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Albert Einstein. There we go. You get... oh, man, I gotta find some more Post-it notes. I think we're running low on Post-it notes. We got like 4 Post-it notes to go. Oh, I thought we... I said hi to Wesley, and anytime you hear the name Wesley, you hear Patrick Stewart in your head say, "Shut up, Wesley!" Wesley. Wesley. The Wesley Crushers. There we go. Focusing on infinity, you get the tribute page. In the book for all time, until comes the day where we either lose the book, it's burned up in a fire pit outside, we have a fire pit, or the sun engulfs the earth, whichever one comes first. Wesley, like Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Alright, say cool. Cool. Alright, now say whip. Whip. Alright, now say cool whip. Cool whip. This whole evening is ruined. Alright, just quickly on those diffraction spikes we were seeing, this is what caused it. Those 3 support beams, those 3 supports for the secondary mirror, is what causes these sorry, I'm moving like way too much in here. These diffraction spikes. So that's where it's ruined. It's ruined. Matt Sobo photo, hello. Matt Sobo, how you doing today? Why not? Good to see you as well. Sorry, there's like little things going on that distracted me for a moment. So can someone catch me up on what is happening with NASA? Is the new thing replicating Hubble? Matt, so welcome in. Good to see you. Oh, dang it, it was clipped. This is a successor to Hubble. It doesn't necessarily replace the Hubble Space Telescope in the sense that it is viewing in the infrared or the near infrared, whereas Hubble was more optical imaging. It does have a larger aperture than Hubble. Hubble is about 2.8 meters, which is pretty much about as much as you would need for an optical telescope. Webb is non-serviceable, but it has a much larger aperture and much more sensitive equipment, much more finer focusing than Hubble has had. So our first image. Now there was a comparison that people had put on. Ooh, where did I drop it? There was a comparison image between Hubble's view of this galaxy cluster versus today's. Versus today's, or yesterday's release of this image from Webb. If we can find it. I'm just wondering if it will just miraculously show up. Oh, also, there, funny enough. There it is. Here's the comparison image. There's Hubble versus Webb. There's Hubble and Webb. So much greater detail in the galaxies that were unable to be resolved. So there's the kind of the quick and dirty between Hubble and JWST. Just where seemingly more galaxies will come to light. Yarn spinners! Yarn spinners, welcome! Welcome in. Oh, the bot landed! The bot's cheating again. Hello, Raiders! That bot is totally rigged. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Welcome in, Raiders. How are y'all doing today? We are awaiting the first images from JWST. Okay, we got 5 minutes to go. I'm going to be turning off all the alerts. What we'll do is do a gifted sub to the community because the bot landed for over 98.5 on the drop game. But welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining us. Lux, good to see you. Masked Bandit 236, welcome in. Yarn Spinners, how was your stream today? How did things go? But thank you so much for choosing to raid in on here. Oh, really? Okay, for everybody who's into photography and astrophotography, we store a great deal of images. So yeah, definitely there's some cool deals out there. I've been telling everyone about you and these amazing photos. Well, thank you. These are courtesy of NASA. We do some different images here. Later on tonight, there's a very good chance we're going to be taking the cover off the telescope and security. What? Security! Zambeaker, thank you very much for the follow. Security, thank you very much for the gifted subs to Astro Caleb and Astro Lux. Thank you. Your sky watching tonight will be the space shuttle. It'll be a space shuttle pass. Beautiful, wonderful. All right. Also, there is the bot. Now, I am gifting a sub to the bot that is not going to trigger a hype. Well, it will not start a hype train because I can't start my own hype train. But that is for the bot. Going to frack space.
Hello.
And that is for the bot landing for 99.77. So anytime anybody lands for 98.5 or higher, a gifted sub is given to the community, or 0.01%. We had our first 0.01% since we started this drop game. And that is the lowest possible score you can receive. Yes, thank you guys very much. K's on coffee. Welcome in. Poringosa. Thank you very much for the follow. Ms. Katonic, hello, how you doing? Alright, I'm going to be turning off, after this drop game finishes, after this round, we're going to be turning off pretty much every redeem on here so we can watch these images rolling through. They should be starting relatively on time. It is 10:30 right now, so let's start turning things off. And then we'll check out these images coming through. So you got... Oh, alright.
Skywatchers, this is it. This is the day we get the first science images back from the James Webb Space Telescope, and you've got a front row seat to the cosmos. I'm Michelle Thaller, your host for what can only be described as a celebration for everyone on Earth. So think about this. Light from the earliest days of the universe has been traveling to us for billions of years. Just over the last few weeks, we've captured some of that light with a telescope that sees the universe in an entirely new way. And today we share the very first results. So longtime space fans are going to know who this is. This is Dr. John Mather. He's the senior project scientist for the Webb telescope and a Nobel Prize winner. And John, I couldn't be happier to be here with you today.
Thank you. It's a thrill to be here for this very special day.
How are you feeling?
I am thrilled and I'm relieved because, you know, when you start something this big, you know there's always a possibility it might not work. It did work. We are so proud.
And you've been on this project for a very long time, right?
Yeah, started in 1995. We had just finished measuring the Big Bang. We measured it with the Cosmic Background Explorer satellite that we built right here at Goddard.
All right.
And we measured
I think everything is turned
spectrum.
off.
We measured there are hot and cold spots in the Big Bang. So we said, now we know it all, how it all got started. But then what happened after that? So then I got a call from NASA headquarters. Would I like to work on this new telescope that's going to help answer those questions? What happened after the Big Bang? How did the galaxies grow? How did the first black holes grow? What happened all the way from there to here? So this is our time machine, and I just wanted to be part of it.
Oh, for
I'm
peace
so
sake.
thrilled that we got a chance to do it.
You know, one of the things that I remember you saying, and this is kind of amazing, that after you win the Nobel Prize, you thought that this mission was the most important thing to work on.
Absolutely. It's the next question. After you know how it started, what happened then? And, you know, suddenly we now have the technology to do it. We didn't have 50 years ago. Didn't have the technology 25 years ago, even when we started this. We had to invent things along the way, so we did that, and here it is.
Well, thank you. We'll be back to you in just a moment. So at the moment, we're going to talk about the way that Webb is a completely new way to explore the universe. So today, the mission releases its first science images and gives wings to the dreams of so many people who worked so hard for so long to make this possible. For everyone on Earth, this is your telescope. This is the largest, most powerful observatory ever put into space. It's the product of thousands of people working for more than 2 decades. This is a mission that's singularly focused on the biggest questions in science. So the following phrase is often used too easily, but today actually does mark the dawn of a new era. Today, the Webb mission is open for scientific business, and this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come.
Why is NASA feeding 720?
So, John, one of the things you told me about is that you really want to make sure there are some people that get thanked, people that put a huge amount of effort into this.
The 720, I don't know. Hair doesn't matter.
Our current project manager, Bill Oakes, took the project from a time of trouble when we didn't exactly know how we were going to get this to work, and got it all the way to the end. Here it is working, and it's because of Bill made this worldwide team. 20,000 people around the world were involved in making this thing all work, and Bill has been there every day making sure that it would happen. So other special person is Senator Barbara Mikulski. She saved our telescope, and she saved the telescope before us. She made sure after the Hubble telescope was launched and it was not in focus that we would go up and fix it. She made sure that happened. When the Webb telescope needed more resources, she made sure we could get that. So, Barbara, we thank you.
We will,
it's such an
well,
honor
the
to
drop
be
game
here,
back
Jay.
on
I mean, it's been a pleasure
after
to be working
everything
with
we
you
turn
through
back
this
on
whole thing.
afterward.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, and go Webb.
Thank you.
So this broadcast, much like every part of this mission, is a partnership. On our journey to explore distant places in space, we've been joined by intrepid travelers from around the globe. We have so many extraordinary collaborators. So let's check in with our partners who will be sharing the stage with us today as we reveal Webb's 5 first science images. From the European Space Agency, I'm joined by Katie Haswell in Darmstadt, Germany. Katie. I see Katie in the background there. Also joining us from the Canadian Space Agency in Montreal, we have Natalie Willette and Sarah Gallagher. Bonjour. I see Katie in the background there. See the wave.
I know.
And so naturally, we're also going to be visiting the nerve center of this mission, the Space Telescope
get the fly
Science
traps
Institute
out.
on the campus of Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. And there we have Alex Lockwood and Carl Gordon, and they're going to give us updates and more. Good morning. Great. So we'll be back with our international partners shortly, where they'll each reveal one of the
The
new
delay
images.
is just enough
but
for
today
them.
we're also going to be joined by millions of science fans from around the world. Many are gathered at watch parties just for this event. So here we are really going international. So I'm beginning with Bhopal, India. Do we have a signal from Bhopal? Yes. Excellent. Welcome to NASA. Hello, everybody there. Wonderful to be talking to you today, all the way in India. We'll be back
Oh,
to
we
them
don't have
later.
our
Yes.
camera set up
Great
for
to
them.
wave to you.
Oh, well.
Hi, wonderful. And,
Watch
we
parties.
also have a
Come
warm
on.
welcome now in Portland,
Who does
Oregon.
watch
So
parties?
we have
Let's
them
be
speaking from
honest
Portland.
here.
Bit dark, but I see everybody there. Hello, Portland. They're in an auditorium, I see. Okay, next we're going to go off to Milan, Italy.
I
So
know,
afternoon
right?
in Italy. Do we have the feed from Italy?
Frack space,
I guess we
seriously.
have a screen from Italy. And next we're going to go to Rutland, Vermont.
Who would? Yeah,
So is this
come
Vermont?
on.
Hello, Vermont. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Thank you for being part of this today. Okay, going even a little bit further afield, we have Netanya, Israel. Hello. Hello, Israel. Yay. Really nice to see you guys. Okay, and just one more for now.
Captain
I
Cascade.
see people like
Not yet.
giving
They're
me
just
hugs.
going
Okay,
through all
we also have Vancouver,
all of our
Canada.
preamble.
Hey, Vancouver. Hi.
Hey,
All right.
Canada.
Wonderful, wonderful to have all these people with you. So right across from the campus from me, there's also a huge watch party taking place with members of the Webb team. So the wonderful thing is that they actually are people that have worked on the mission, and they are part of our NASA Funny family. So hello Webb team. There they are. Yes.
The entire population of Vermont.
A lot of people I recognize there.
So
There
anyway, there probably are.
To me personally, and also to all of us
Probably
at
would be.
NASA, that the universe belongs to everyone, and we are thrilled to share this day with fans everywhere around the world. We'll say hello to some more later in our broadcast. So now it's time to start the main event. What you'll see over the next hour will be a collection of images newly processed by the Webb Science
Next
team.
hour. Oh my
Only a
gosh.
tiny handful of experts have seen the images so far, and I can tell you that we have been so excited to unwrap them for everyone. We will be releasing each image in turn in real time. As soon as you see it on this broadcast, it will be available for download on the internet. On the screen below, you can see a timeline showing where we are in the show and what's coming up next. And by the end of the show, all 5 images will be available to everyone. So hopefully you can tell I'm excited. Okay, so let's do this.
Only 5. I mean, you say only, but
Okay, we're going to release the first image right here at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, Maryland, and we're just outside of Washington, D.C. NASA Goddard is home to the project office of the Webb telescope, and the observatory portion of the telescope, the mirrors and the science instruments,
I know,
were
right?
integrated and tested here before launch. So for many of us, including myself, seeing Webb come together bit by bit right in front of our eyes was an emotional and very inspiring experience. So it's kind of like a part of us was out there with Webb right now. A million miles away, part of our hopes and dreams are out there. So I'm joined now by Jane Rigby, the operations project scientist for the Webb mission, and she's a familiar face.
So did yesterday's image increase the hype for everybody? Like you're even more excited for what we know could be coming.
Revealing the first image, but this actually got a little bit of a sneak preview. I understand there was a very select audience who's already seen the image.
Yes, so last night, on behalf of the project, I had the privilege of traveling to the White House with the NASA Administrator Nelson and other senior staff to share our first image with President Biden and Vice President Harris. And it was really fun. Oh my gosh.
Dragon Goddess, hello.
They really geeked out. We had a closed door session where we got to walk
Aaron,
through all
you're
the
hype
images
11.
and just share the excitement. And they were so thrilled, and they got the profundity of what we're seeing. And so now we're gonna let's do it.
Okay, we've got the whole world watching. Are you ready to put the first image up?
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Absolutely. All right, here we go.
Okay. So the first image is a deep field. And it's also a deep field with a cluster. So why don't we walk through this just a little bit? So if we come up and look at this image, first of all, it's really gorgeous, and it's teeming with galaxies.
We get some insight on this image now.
This is what I also like. Gotten with Webb. We can't take blank sky. Everywhere we look, there's galaxies everywhere. And so, you know, this image, as we're looking at it, what we're seeing is not just all the galaxies, but there's a cluster here. And so the cluster are all these white, kind of ethereal galaxies. We're seeing them as they looked back in time, right? The speed of light is only so fast. And so as we're seeing distant galaxies out in space, we're seeing them as they looked billions of years ago. So these cluster galaxies, the white ones, we're seeing as they looked about the time the sun and the Earth formed. And then behind the cluster, we have
NASA Twitch got hugged to death. What happened?
The gravity of the cluster is distorting and warping our view of what's behind. And so there are these galaxies that look stretched and pulled, kind of like they've been magnified because they've been magnified by the gravity of the cluster, just like Einstein said they would. And you know, it's really, there's so much detail here. We're seeing these galaxies in a way that we've never been able to see before. There's just a sharpness and a clarity we've never had. And so we can look at, if we zoom in on this image, and I encourage you as you grab this image at home, like zoom in. You can, you know, really zoom in and play around. There are galaxies here in which you're seeing individual clusters of stars forming, popping up, just like popcorn. And then we also see in the background of this image, kind of littered like jewels all over the back.
Even Lars.
These faint.
Yeah, we got like we got an hour.
Now,
we got an hour for all these images to be released. That's awesome. That is so exciting.
The most distant of those are billions of years. We're seeing as they looked more than 13 billion years ago. And so galaxies like that one right there, this little red guy, you're like, okay, yep, what is that? Well, Webb got spectra to figure out what those galaxies are made of.
Oh dear.
And this is that one. We're seeing as it looked 13.1 billion years in the past, less than a billion years after the Big Bang. And we're seeing the elements of oxygen and hydrogen as well as neon. You know, this is how the oxygen in our bodies was made in stars, in galaxies, and we're seeing that process get started.
Yeah, I want to give this a little bit of context. So this is now the farthest away galaxy that we have this sort of detailed information about.
That we know what it's made of.
We know what it's made of. Yes. And this was not a long exposure for Webb.
No, the previous record holder, right, the Hubble Extreme Deep Field, was 2 weeks of continuous work with Hubble, and it was just imaging. With Webb, we took that image before breakfast. The amazing thing about Webb is the speed at which we can churn out discoveries. So everything that you're going to see here in this broadcast is a week, and we're going to be doing discoveries like this every week.
Does anyone on Flickr?
That is absolutely incredible, Jane. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been an honor to be working with you. Congratulations on all your hard work.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to see it pay off.
So thank you, and I'll see you later on today, I hope. So
yes.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Right. So from distant galaxies, we now turn our eye to something a bit closer. It's a planet, but not one in our solar system. Remember that Earth and its sibling planets aren't the only show in the universe. When scientists and engineers started developing JWST, the search for
side by side
exoplanets
for
wasn't
the
even part of the
MIRI
problem.
and
That's changed.
RC. Okay.
Exploring exoplanets is now a major component of the mission and the subject of our second big reveal of the day. I'm going to send it now to our friends Natalie Willette and Sarah Gallagher at the Canadian Space Agency in Montreal. So again, bonjour.
Benefit for a 1 to 2 week. The longer we can do an exposure, the more light that we can start to gather.
I guess we're having a little.
The Flickr account. I dropped it in there as well. And there's this one here.
Sorry for the brief pause there. We're now going over to Canada. Okay.
All right, that's theirs. That's buffering. That's not me.
Yep.
I don't think so.
Okay, I apologize. We're having some trouble with the signal from Canada. But luckily for us, we have an exoplanet expert right here, just in case that happened. So this is Nicole Colon, and she's an exoplanet scientist at NASA. And we're going to talk about
awesome.
this amazing new result.
That is
amazing.
That is amazing.
That
is tremendous and amazing.
Light years away.
That's right. The exoplanet is named WASP.
No, Queen, don't even mention it.
And
don't even mention Rogers in here.
Gaseous, giant, puffy planet that it is about 1,000 light years away. So that's why today's release is so exciting.
Not even mic'd up. Amendus, yes.
Absolutely. So talk us through what this discovery is and why this is so significant.
Well, this reveal
no, not that Uncle Roger.
is going to show the first
Ted
spectrum
Rogers.
of an exoplanet as taken from the Webb telescope. And this is exciting because it covers infrared wavelengths of light that we have not had access to before. So we've been able to use other telescopes to explore exoplanet atmospheres in the infrared, but not to this level of detail. And this is just one sliver of data that Webb is providing us using the nearest instrument specifically.
And there's something about infrared that is actually particularly good for the spectrum. So in this case, what we're doing is we're actually going to take the light and break it up into a rainbow and look very, very carefully at how much color is coming in each part of the spectrum. So I believe we have that image, if we can put that up.
Okay, yes, I believe we're revealing the spectrum right here. So we now have our spectrum, and this is exactly what you're seeing. As you just described with spectroscopy, what we did was we observed a transit of an exoplanet. We observed the planet as it passed in front of the star. Now, mind you, this is not a direct image. This is an indirect image. So we've seen the effect of what happens when the planet and its atmosphere passes in front of the star. The starlight filters through the atmosphere, and then you can break that down into wavelengths of light, and you get a bunch of what looks like bumps and wiggles to some people, but it's actually full of information content. So you're actually seeing bumps and wiggles that indicate the presence of water vapor in the atmosphere of this exoplanet.
So we have the spectrum up here. Is there anything you'd like to highlight particularly?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several features marked here. So I call them features. They're these, what I just referred to as bumps and wiggles. But what you're seeing here is the telltale signature, the chemical fingerprint of water vapor in these atmospheres, in the atmosphere of this specific exoplanet. And the other thing we can tell actually is that there's evidence of clouds and hazes because the water features are not quite as large as we predicted. So we can take that and infer that there are presence
bumps
of
and wiggles, faint fuzzies as well.
Now, one thing that we really want to make sure people understand is with this particular planet, this is a hot world. It's actually closer to its star than Mercury is to our sun. And so we're not looking at liquid water here, but we're looking instead at sort of steam, water vapor.
Yes, this is an exoplanet. It's about the size of Jupiter, about half the mass of Jupiter. It orbits around a sun-like star, but it does it every about 3.5 days. So it's extremely hot, extremely close in, nothing like our solar system planets. But that's okay, because what we're seeing is, again, the first exoplanet data from Webb, and this is just the beginning. We're going to start pushing down to further smaller planets and being able to take measurements just like this with the nearest instrument that was built by the Canadian Space Agency, but also there's three other science instruments that will add to our knowledge in the infrared, as well as direct imaging modes along with the transit method. So there's a lot more to come.
And I guess one thing we should mention is not only are we going to be looking at planets that are more like the Earth in the future, but we'll also be looking at planets in our own solar system.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We're going to have exciting data from planets in our solar system, from Mars outward, as well as asteroids and comets. So stay tuned for a lot more to come.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Jupiter.
Thank you so much for telling us.
I mean, it's everything that Webb is going to be able to do, that JWST is going to be able to illustrate for us.
And with that new and more exciting science,
this technology
take a look back at the journey that brought us to this moment.
That's going to be so awesome. Dylan Royal Game, what's going on, Dylan? How you doing?
Years of hard work from a cast of thousands.
Welcome.
When a new mission is being built, even the most enthusiastic space fans only get to see dramatic moments in its life cycle. The news and images that command updates and press releases.
Super excited
but that
for these.
doesn't really give you the sense
this
of
information
the huge
coming
effort
through.
that goes on behind the scenes every day. The plans, schedules, and organization to keep everything moving forward really happens, for the most part, out of people's gaze. Webb started as an idea that took root at NASA Goddard. It grew first into planning teams, research projects, schematics, requirements. Then it began the long journey to become real.
Who has bezels anymore? Let's be serious.
And finally, fabrication.
Austin, good morning.
Let's take a brief look back at the visionary journey to how we all got here today.
So today was the final closeout of the purge.
Okay, guys, I can hear Rupa, but
a pretty emotional moment to be in there and actually, you know, closing it up for the very last time, right? You know, you're the last one to touch this, and so that was the final operation. And once that fitting is closed out, there's no more touching of the vehicle. We're ready for launch.
All right, so there's chatting about what's been done, how long it has taken to get Webb on its journey to the L2 Lagrange point. But good to see everybody in here today. My name is Tom. I'm the Astronaut. We are covering the James Webb Space Telescope images coming through today, and we saw the first one from last night, as well as the spectroscopic information from WSP 96b. And I'm imagining the Carina Nebula might be either the Carina Nebula or Stephan's Quintet might be the final image they show. I'm just wondering what order they're going to go into next. Are we going to see the Southern Ring Nebula? I think Carina is like one of the most spectacular nebulae that we have in our galaxy. Kings are saying Stephan's Quintet would be second to last, so a planetary nebula should be next up. Hot Jupiters are easy to spot than some other kinds, so maybe we get some bias there. It's the instrumentation that they have on this observatory. It has taken, it's taken a very, very long time to get this thing launched.
And so you don't want to build one that's just...
But I mean, from what we saw last night, that just added. For me, that did add to the hype. It was a little interesting that they separated that first image to be revealed from in a White House briefing, but man, oh man, did it ever bump up the hype.
Way more sensitive, way more capable than anything we've ever built before.
We all got together in that conference room and we played real time as the images came down.
Ninth grade science prism, light separation science. What's its chemical content? And it wasn't until until the light was broken up into a prism to actually realize what the chemical composition of the stars are made of. I bet there'll be a photo of Elon's Tesla he launched into space.
And you are watching live coverage of the release of the
That'd be kind of funny.
Images from the James Webb Space Telescope. So it's appropriate now that I send the broadcast to our colleagues and friends at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore. That's the scientific nerd center of the entire Webb mission. So hello.
I'm guessing someone at the White House staff approached Biden with a hey. Think we could do an early reveal?
Hey, Michelle. Welcome to the Space Telescope Science Institute. I'm Alex.
All right, next one.
And I'm here with Carl Gordon, who is an astronomer and one of the key people in delivering the images that you're going to see here today. But actually, before we get into the amazing images, we're going to talk a little bit about where we are. We're standing here outside of the Mission Operations Center, which is the key central hub for Webb. For the past 6 months, scientists and engineers have been working 24/7 since they took control of the telescope 30 minutes after launch to prepare for today and for the amazing science to come. Through all of the major deployments, focusing, aligning the telescope, and calibrating those 4 amazing science instruments, it was all done in this building. And from here on out, we'll have daily communications with the telescope, including sending commands and downloading data with the help of the Deep Space
A real
Network.
live astronomer.
In addition to mission operations, we are also the home of science operations.
Also, speaking of mentioning Elon, who saw the Starship test engine fire yesterday?
And the world for what they would like to look at with Webb. Then we hold a rigorous selection process to select the ideas that will best utilize Webb to study and understand our universe. When the data come down and astronomers analyze their results, we are the lucky ones who get to share that data and those amazing science results with you. And we knew that today was going to be so exciting with the first images, so we've actually been preparing for years.
First images are more important.
Here's Klaus Pontoppidan, project scientist for Webb and the technical lead for the first images.
Yeah, it's been a year
to tell you about the process of the past few years of selecting the targets.
My first email related to the first images was back from 2016.
Test fire was
so back then, a committee was created, and this committee was charged with coming up with a long list of targets for the first images. And the reason for that is that the observatory can't see the entire sky at any given time. And this is because you want to avoid
a little
the
bit.
mirror seeing
It exploded
direct
a little
sunlight
bit
to keep it cold. And it actually had to be quite a long list. We ended up with about 70 targets, from which we had to select only a handful. You know, what would create the most beautiful images, what would highlight the instruments.
There's a link from NASA
different
Spaceflight.
science instruments
Check that out.
for Webb, and what would highlight the 4 major science themes for Webb. And it's a celebration as well.
Elon
of
Musk
the
is a
beginning of
real-life
science
supervillain.
observations.
It's the harebrained schemes that sometimes it seems, but
And
he's
we
got the
knew
money for it.
that selecting the images was just the beginning, that we would need a trained eye to take these exquisite data and pull out the beauty and the science potential. So here's Joe DePasquale and Elisa Pagan to tell you about how they processed these beautiful images.
They use Microsoft Paint.
And they have it up downstairs. I think they missed some of that beginning.
Oh, they're using PixInsight.
We're basically translating light that we can't see into light that we can see by applying color like red, green, and blue to the different filters that we have from Webb. And the reason we want to color the images is because there's actually more that you can get, more information that you can get from the image if you see it in color.
So it's a matter of picking and choosing filters and colors that enhance the details and the structure in the image itself.
The shortest wavelengths of infrared light and assign those blue colors.
Oh, there's a
and
preview
then
of the
move our
Carina.
way down to green and red as we go into longer and longer
the Hubble
wavelengths.
data here.
And then we additively combine those together to get our full color image.
But there is a lot of aesthetics that are involved in this. Painstakingly going through and cleaning these images up with an attention to detail, a level of detail like at the pixel level in every image.
So when I'm working on the astronomical data, it is this sort of marriage between art and science. When you're choosing colors for the filters, you really are trying to show the different details and the processes that are happening in the astronomical images. But at the end of the day, you want it to be very compelling. You want it to be very beautiful because space is beautiful.
As long as it's Crayola, I think anything else would be just too cheap of a wax to use for the crayons.
And after those images were processed, there was a select few of us, very lucky few of us, who got to see the first images.
This is downscaled by a factor of 4. Exactly. So it's just to make it a little more handy, so it's actually higher resolution. So we have a team of about 30 people who are producing these images, and we feel incredibly privileged to be the ones.
I think it's also interesting that many people working on it and nothing was leaked.
When we
I'll give them credit for that,
data
for sure.
come down of real targets, people were speechless and there were emotions because we could see how amazing this observatory will be. The detail, the sharpness, the depth. And when we saw the first color images, we knew that we had a winner.
Which NASA shirt?
And now we are ready to see Webb's first image of a star dying, a planetary nebula called the Southern Ring. Let's do it.
Oof.
Wow, wow. This near-infrared image is, wow, the detail. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay, well, here we are. We have a near-infrared image on our left, or on maybe your right. And here on the right, we have a near-infrared image.
Flicker, come on.
I'm here with Carl, our astronomer specialist. Can you tell us what we're looking at in these images?
So this is a planetary nebula. It's caused by a dying star that has expelled a large fraction of its mass over in successive waves.
Okay, so we actually see those waves in these images.
Yes.
Wow, wow. And so there's a lot of structure. Can you tell us a little more detail about what we're looking? Maybe start with this one on the left?
Yeah, so in the NIRCam image, you see this kind of bubbly, almost foamy appearance throughout the whole nebula with some very structured shells. But and this foaminess is showing up in orange mainly, and this is due to
how do we send you a
molecular
new
hydrogen
pair
that's
of
newly
shorts?
formed in the expansion, just lighting up the gas and dust of this nebula.
So far, they're all right.
Inward, you see
They're
this
all
kind
right.
of very blue haze in the inner region, and this
A
is
4 on
actually due to
flicker
very
now.
hot ionized gas that emits well in the blue, that's heated by the core, the leftover very hot core of the star.
And what about these like rays that I'm seeing in this image?
Right, so there's also rays in the outer regions that you can kind of see, and these are holes in the inner nebula that are actually allowing the central star's light to come out and kind of light it up like, patchy clouds with the sun shining through.
Is that the galaxy behind?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's so cool. So you're actually a mid-infrared astronomer, which is different than near-infrared. And so what can you tell us about the details in this mid-infrared image?
So it looks quite different in color, partly because we're seeing different kinds of physics going on here. So we're actually seeing in the blue, you see a lot of blue. The blue is actually due to hydrocarbon grains that are emitting very strongly in the blue for Miri. And they show the very similar structures to what we see in orange and NIRCam because the hydrocarbon, the molecular hydrocarbon actually forms on the surface of dust grains. And so again, as we move inward, we see that the inner region is again hot ionized gas, but now it glows red because that's where it emits the strongest for Miri wavelengths.
Okay.
And then as we go into the center, we see kind of the surprise for us, which is we knew this was a binary star, but we effectively didn't really see much of the actual star that produced the nebula. But now in Miri, this star glows red because it has dust around it. So in Miri, we got to see both stars very clearly.
Yeah, you can't see it in the first image really, but there's two stars there. So that's a fun surprise. And I think that there's another little Easter egg you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so this was, the Easter egg is this kind of narrow filament up in the top that's radially aligned. You can kind of see it very clearly in the Miri image. It shows up as this blue structure, and it points very much to the central sources. So I thought, oh, this must just be a density enhancement in the outer nebula. I thought that very, very strongly, but other people on the team were like, no, it's a background edge-on galaxy. Well, I made a bet that said, no, it's part of the nebula. By the way, I lost the bet because then we looked more carefully at both the NIRCam and Miri images, and it's very clearly an edge-on galaxy with a dust
that's so
layer and
cool.
bulge. So I lost the bet.
Well, you lost the bet, but you got these gorgeous images.
Werewolf, hello, Kajad, how you doing? This is ridiculous. This is incredible.
I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Oh, neither can I. All right. Thanks so much. Back to you, Michelle.
All right, so next up will be Stefan's Quintet and then the Carina Nebula.
And I have to say that image is absolutely spectacular. So as you know, people from all over the world are watching us today and joining in our excitement as we release Webb's first science images.
Still not.
We've been checking in with our colleagues in Europe and Canada throughout the program, but we also want to take a moment to include the people at the so many viewing parties scattered around the world like stars in the night sky.
Not as high resolution.
So let's check in with some of them now. First, we go all the way to Perth, Australia. Do we have a signal from Perth?
Lost the bet and
Yes,
had to
nothing from
publicly
Perth
admit,
right
yeah.
now? Maybe we have some of our
I mean,
viewers. We're going to check in with them right now.
It's very, very similar to what we see with the
Do we have
Needle
Winnipeg,
Galaxy.
Canada?
That is so awesome.
it is.
And these are
That's
targets
right.
that we don't get to
Hey.
see here in the
Way to
Northern
Perth,
Hemisphere.
Australia. Thank you
So
much for
these,
joining us
to
today.
me, these are brand new
And,
images that
next
I've
we're going to
never
Winnipeg,
really looked at before.
Hello, Winnipeg. At a planetarium.
Good morning,
Everybody's
Chris.
enjoying the show, I hope.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you.
Everybody's watching on the.
You're just
yes, there we
saying
go.
wow
Dayton, Ohio.
out loud.
Hello,
Repeat.
everybody.
It's
Dayton. Nice to have you here with us. There we go. Yes.
look at that.
Hey, hey, Dayton. Hey, they're jumping up and down. Hi.
And again, the galaxies
all
beyond,
the way
beyond,
Bangalore,
like
India.
2 galaxies
India,
there.
Bangalore. Hello to Bangalore, India. Hey.
Again, it's look at all the galaxies
Absolutely
beyond.
wonderful. Hey. Okay. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the images we're releasing. Okay, of course, NASA's family extends all over the country. The team at JPL in Pasadena, California, they're on
This
site
is
to celebrate with
incredible.
us. So hello, JPL. Some of my favorite people in the world. Hey, hello. And then I think the last place we're going to right now is Northrop Grumman, one of our major contractors. Hello, Northrop Grumman. Oh, hey, all right. Yay.
Awesome. Oh, there's Post-its on Prime sale. Oh,
Northrop
thank you.
Grumman.
Good morning, Etap.
All right, now there's also a big watch party right here on the NASA Goddard campus. Many of
Good
these
morning,
people have
ETAP. How
worked
you
on the mission
doing?
itself, and we also have top NASA leadership.
Is it still the 12th in
representatives from our
Perth?
government. So hello.
I think Perth is like
Hello,
13
watch
hours
party
ahead.
Goddard. Yay!
So they are probably just on the 13th now.
Okay, wonderful.
Pardon me.
So, I mean, at NASA, we are so fortunate to have all of these friends and colleagues around the globe. A major
Oh no,
partner in
the size
is the
are everything.
European
We need
Space
that. We need
These
the
contributions have been
intergalactic
essential
banana.
to so many aspects of this project, including Webb's spectacular launch.
Yeah,
on the
Buck, we
Ariane
need
5
that. We
rocket
need
last December.
an
I'm very
intergalactic
pleased to turn
banana
over
for
the show
scale.
for a few minutes to Katie Haswell. She's joining me from the European Space Operations Center in Darmstadt, Germany. Hello, Katie. Good afternoon.
All right, oh, do we have more? We have the next one coming up.
Thanks, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, and welcome to Germany. We're at the European
Just to
Space
note, guys, I'm still getting all kinds of
Operations
IFB from lots of people.
Center. It's where the teams effectively fly the satellites. They're a little bit of a cross between air traffic controllers and pilots. We have lots of different control rooms here. This is the main
It's just too tiny. It's
control
just
room, and
they
as
need
you
a
can
bigger
see today,
banana.
It's not in use, so we've been lucky enough to move in here for today. I have two very special experts with me, both scientists from the European Space Agency. Giovanna Giardino is a near-spec scientist. Giovanna has been working on that for many years and lots to tell us about that. And
I imagine a
Corcoran
lot of people are going to have
is
these
a
as their
special
wallpapers.
advisor
That's so cool.
For space, for
Oh, yeah,
science and
54 minutes.
exploration. These two
Get in
guys
on
have been
things. Come
working
on,
the Webb
Perth.
Space Telescope for a
We
long
got
time.
some friends
so
in
we're very
Perth.
grateful to have you with us. Thanks, folks.
Pleasure.
We are excited to reveal our image with you. But before we do that, we thought we'd give you a little bit of background because we've come here today because these guys were the first ones to pick up the signal during the Webb launch, when Webb first launched. They run a system called S-Track, which is NASA's deep space tracking system, and they were listening out when Webb called home. And the controllers here have been looking after a whole very, very impressive list of missions since...
I mean, that was also like an incredible time to watch that on December 25th, to see that launch, finally. And now here we are, 7 months later from the launch date. Nearly 7 months to the day. Are you good? Did you miss anything special? It's always a special time here, but good to see you, ETAP. We had the first image that we saw last night of the galaxy cluster. We had the spectrographic information from WASP 96b, and then what we just saw now with the Southern Ring Nebula. Let's just say the size of that galaxy there at the top left of the Southern Ring is 100,000 light years.
The near-infrared spectrograph, and also half of the MIRI instrument. Which
exactly,
is
man, it's incredible. Now, I would love to be able to take some pictures of what we have seen from Webb, but also remember how I said earlier that nobody is out here to win astrophotography? I may have to amend that statement.
This will help scientists understand the physics of the objects they're observing, from their temperature to
I may need to adjust that a little bit.
NearSpec can observe parts of an object or the sky using an image slicer and an array of microscopic shutters. Webb's integrated science instrument module,
All right, here's how we get some of the color
the
images
main
here.
mirror, also contains MIRI, a mid-infrared camera and spectrograph. Seen here during testing, MIRI's been developed by a partnership between Europe and the
galaxy
US.
shining behind the nebula.
MIRI detects mid-infrared light from planets, stars and galaxies. It can analyse molecules to help us deduce what astronomical objects are made of and peer into clouds of gas and dust where stars and planets are born. Together, these instruments will help Webb detect and analyse light from the very dawn of time, revealing the universe as never before.
Revealing the universe as never before.
So, let's get ready to reveal our image. And remember that one of Webb's jobs is to find out about galaxies, more about the galaxies, but also to help us to understand how they change. And this image is going to be very, very useful for that. Let's reveal it now.
So
it's called Stefan's Quintet.
Holy crap.
Giovanna, what are we looking at?
Yes, like it's a quintet, so we are looking at 5 galaxies. Galaxies are this giant structure that, as we've seen, we see everywhere around us in the universe. They contain from million to 100 billion of stars. And in fact, we live in one of them, the Milky Way. And here we see 5 of them. This is a closer galaxy in the foreground. And these 4 are at a distance of about 300 million light years from us. And they're locked in a close interaction. A sort of cosmic dance driven by the gravitational force. You can see here these two in the process of merging within each other. This is a very important image
we got double VIP
area
points.
to study because it really shows the type of interaction that drives the evolution of galaxy. That's the mechanism of galaxies' growth.
I love this image of the cosmic dance moving through each other. Mark, there's a lot going on, though, in this image, isn't there?
There is. So this is a near-infrared image and a mid-infrared image combined. And when we zoom in on the left-hand side here, we see this foreground galaxy. We see lots of individual stars in there, actually resolved as point sources, which is remarkable. And then as we pan across, we actually see the galaxies in the emerging galaxies.
Gravitationally
we now see
bound.
gas and dust, which is being heated up in the collision between those galaxies. And that's a place where new stars are being born today. So we're actually seeing the process of creation of new stars in this region. And then when we look in the background here, we see not only the galaxies at 300 million light years, but also stars in our own galaxy. These snowflake structures that you see here, those are nearby stars, but in the corner and around the edges we see galaxies which are much, much more distant, much further away. So similar in some sense to the ones that we saw earlier on in that deep field. And so this image actually takes us from the nearby galaxy, our own Milky Way, through these galaxies which are evolving today all the way to the distant universe. And in a way it captures cosmic evolution.
They're all exploded by now.
over
No.
those 13.8 billion years.
Structures would have changed.
Don't we, that we can
Exactly.
look at?
So,
What was Carl Sagan's favorite saying? I remember always hearing about billions and billions.
We see mostly gas and dust. So we see the same galaxies again, the two merging, and then we also see something very interesting up at the top here because this.
Your eyes keep leaking at these images. It's
new and bright
incredible.
in the middle of it. And Giovanna, tell us what that is.
Yeah, that's an active black hole. We cannot see the black hole itself, but we see the material swirling around, being swallowed by these sort of cosmic monsters, and this gas gets heated to extremely high temperature as it falls onto the black hole, and it becomes very bright. In fact, this is how shiny is the galaxy. Here we see luminosity that are 40 billion times the luminosity of our suns. It's really,
I got the inside
bright.
scoop.
And with NIRSpec, we can zoom into this area, and we have this technology that allows us to take thousands of images at different
as long as they show
channels,
this, they better have this on Flickr. This is always important, seeing how these images have been
what's going
constructed.
on in the gas in different regions of this core area, and understand the composition of the gas, the velocities, the temperature. So that's very important to understand the physics.
So it's giving us so much information, and it just shows the power of this telescope. Mark, this is just the beginning, though, isn't it?
I think that's a very important takeaway
Look
from
at
today. You know,
this.
These are like pictures just taken over a period of 5 days, and every 5 days we're getting more data, which will contribute more in that direction. It's a culmination of decades of work, but it's just the beginning.
Like we're resolving stars in other galaxies.
You know, what we've seen today with these images is essentially that we're ready now. This telescope is working fantastically well, and you know, to borrow a phrase from a famous rock musician, you know, we're ready to turn this telescope up to 11. It really is time. It's fantastic.
Thank you very much indeed, both of you. Back to you, Michelle.
Hello, Gwen. There's so much to see. Holy crap.
Thanks, Katie. It is so great to have you and your colleagues with us on this historic day. So before we get to the 5th and final image reveal of the day, it cannot be said enough that an achievement like the James Webb Space Telescope is something bigger than any one of us. It's bigger than any organization.
Because there's the infographic as well. That's kind of important.
Planet. Webb belongs to all of us, and starting today, the discoveries start, and they're not going to stop. This is just the beginning. We've said several times throughout the broadcast that the Webb mission is about people. And during the construction of the Great Telescope, people started to see
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Literally.
That's going to be amazing.
Day after day, people visited
All right,
the
they're talking about that. Let's go back over here for a second. There is so much to unpack in these images right now.
These photos are actual reflections of the enormous human investment and the emotional commitment that brought this mission to life. And now,
and again, you're going to see these targets, like kind of the deeper red they are, the farther away these galaxies that they've redshifted so much.
It's the same mirror that reflected the many faces who see themselves.
And Stefan's Quintet, that's a target that we can go after this one. Definitely not going to get anything like this, but my goodness.
People behind Webb.
This is so awesome.
Okay, it's time now for the last image.
Houston, we're going to need a bigger hard drive. Well, funny enough, there are some deals on hard drives on Amazon Prime Day today. No, I turned that one off too, Nori. Good morning. $55,000 downloads.
Deputy project scientist is here with me today to share the final big reveal of the day. So, Amber, it is so good to see you. How are you feeling?
Oh, so great, so exciting. What a great day this is.
Next telescope, I believe the LUVOIR mission will be coming up, and I'd have to double check. I haven't memorized what the next missions are coming up, but it's kind of almost being dependent on Webb's launch.
So Jane Rigby got us rolling today with an extraordinary new deep field image.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Ant-Man.
Yeah, this image really does demonstrate that JWST
Thanks for thinking of us.
do exactly what we've designed it to do.
Ah, crap.
And the Canadian Space Agency took us to the massive planet WASP-96b, where the team has detected evidence of atmospheric water.
And here again, we're seeing the incredible efficiency of this observatory. We're able to do these kind of measurements in a fraction of the time that we're able to before.
And then we zipped up the road from NASA Goddard to the
Nori
Space
found it.
Science Institute, where Alex and Carl showed us the exquisite Southern Ring Nebula, a mixing bowl of stellar matter around a pair of dying stars.
Yeah, and I'm just blown away by the level of detail we can see, like in the outer part of this nebula. It's incredible.
Wow. Okay. After that, it was off to Germany, where the European Space Agency wowed us with pictures of galaxies interacting and mixing together.
Right, and this image, again, it's incredible because it's showing us one of these fundamental processes of the universe, how galaxies merge together, and we're able to learn about these processes in a brand new way.
So the Webb team has a lot to cheer about right now. So across the campus, there's this big watch party, and we can feel the excitement all the way from over here. So let's join that celebration now. We're back with Senior Project Scientist John Mather, along with the head of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, Thomas Zurbuchen. Hello.
So, John, we looked around the world and we're the only ones with a cheerleading crew right over there. That's amazing. Look, you've been with this mission for decades. How do you feel today?
I am so thrilled and so relieved. This was so hard, and it took so long. It's just impossible to convey how hard it really was. That we risked so much to say we're going to go do this, and it's so near impossible.
Okay, super duper, super freaking quick. We can look at Stefan's Quintet tonight if the skies are going to be cooperative. So we can point the telescope at that target. Obviously not going to be like web images, but my goodness, we can at least take a look at this galaxy cluster later on tonight if that all works out for us. So based on these images, how much farther back will the next images go, or is this farthest back we'll be able to show us right now? We're going to be able to go as far back as about 300,000 years after the Big Bang, but we can't see anything farther than the cosmic microwave background. But it's just being able to have the telescope available to see these targets and resolve them in like really, really detailed views. Ariana, good morning. The one dude looks like the crypt. It's Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, John, after each one of these milestones, I called a lot of people. I called Bernie, for example, and I called people at my job and people who are administrators, because there's many of them. And I just wonder how you feel about the team. Just give you the word here.
I am just so thrilled that we had a privilege to assemble such a brilliant team. We drew from the best
No, it's
of
awesome
the best.
what they're doing here.
And here we are. So my extreme deep thanks go to all the people who built that team. Not only to Bernie, who started us and helped us build up all the technology, to Phil, who made sure we would have a plan, and then when we didn't have quite enough money, to Bill, who pulled it all together.
Here's a galaxy,
get all the way to the
and
end.
here is about
I am
another
so thrilled
100
that we have
galaxies
so much
behind
talent
it.
to draw on. And here we are. We have the support of the country and
That
the
is
world to take on this immense challenge.
That is so incredible.
You know what I'm most excited about? There's tens of thousands of scientists, and frankly, some of them just got born or not even born, who are benefiting from this amazing telescope, because it will be with us for decades.
It will be. It took us about 25 years to get here, since 1995, and we have at least 25 to go, I hope.
So look, we are in a
Mercy,
sense
good morning.
of these images. The
Good
art
morning
that
to
is
you.
out there in the sky, revealed for the first time. We're thinking of the team and we're thanking them. John, thanks to you, thanks to all of you, and back to Michelle.
Thank you so much, Thomas. And this entire collection continues to just absolutely astound me. Okay,
I
Amber,
heard you
so
like
here it
galaxies,
is.
bro.
Can you walk us through the final image reveal?
Absolutely. Here we go.
The last image is, wow, look at that. So Amber, can you tell us a bit about what we're seeing here?
Of course. This stunning vista of the cosmic cliffs of the Carina Nebula reveals new details about this vast stellar nursery. Today, for the first time, we're seeing brand new stars that were previously completely hidden from our view.
There's something you want to point out here?
Absolutely. So honestly, it took me a while to even figure out what to call out in this image. There's just so much going on here. It's so beautiful. One thing that really stands out to me is you sort of get this sense of depth and texture from this new data. There's a lot going on. To call out a few specifics, first of all, in general, the Carina Nebula is a nearby star-forming region within our own Milky Way galaxy, about 7,600 light years away. And in this view, we see some great examples, first of all, of hundreds of new stars that we've never seen before. We see examples of bubbles and cavities and jets that are being blown out by these newborn stars. We even see some galaxies sort of lurking in the background up here. We see examples of structures that, honestly, we don't even know what they are. Like, what's going on here?
I love it that they don't know yet. It's like so fresh. They don't know what the hell's going on. This is awesome.
You can actually see deeper into these star-forming regions.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about infrared, is it really does reveal what's going on here in a really cosmic sense. And in general, what's happening in sort of this overall landscape is we have these gigantic, hot, young stars up here to the top of this rim, and the radiation and stellar winds from those stars is sort of pushing down and running into all of this. This is gas and dust, and of course we know that gas and dust is great raw material for newborn stars.
Exactly, that's what's cool. That's what's amazing, Rosie. We don't know what questions to ask at the moment.
Also a little bit of a mystery, because these same processes can serve to sort of erode away this material and stop
This one's
star
live.
formation.
This is all brand new.
Balance going on of new stars being formed.
Is it
but
live
at the
or is
same
it
time, the
Memorex?
star formation is being halted. And for me, when I see an image like this, I can't help but think about scale. You know, every
Galactic
dot of
hot
light
young
we see
stars
here is an
are in your
individual
area
star,
today.
not unlike our sun, and many of these likely also have planets. And it just reminds me that, you know, our sun and our planets, and ultimately us, were formed
bow
out
shock
of
over
the
here.
same kind of stuff that we see here. We humans really are connected to the universe. We're made of the same stuff in this beautiful landscape.
And actually, the Carina Nebula
Echoing the sentiments of Carl Sagan.
Hubble. So Hubble looked at this as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The Hubble image of this is also spectacular. We saw it in a different kind of light when Hubble took an image of this particular nebula. And then you can see amazing things with Hubble, but when we zoom in
Flicker's got
this new image, we're able to see so much more detail. And of course, all of us, you know, I grew up on Hubble, and all of us love Hubble. And I'm so excited to see what these two amazing observatories are able to do really in tandem with each other.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations. It's been a pleasure to be working on this with you. I'm just amazed by what's been going on.
I am too. Thank you.
We are a way for the universe
So,
to know itself.
One of the things that I really have to say is the journey that we've been going on is so very dramatic for me. So we've gone all the way from the birth of stars.
Oh my goodness.
And we have all the way from the distant galaxies to the birth of stars. This is where we all began. This was the whole point of the James Webb Space Telescope, to figure out our origins from the very, very early days of the universe to star and planet formation very nearby. So right now I'm very honored to have our last special guest. This is the administrator of NASA, Bill Nelson. An honor to be with you, sir.
Hey, what a pleasure. What a banner day. It's clear that Webb represents the best of NASA.
My gosh.
It maintains our ability to propel us forward for science, for risk-taking, for inspiration. And we don't want to ever stop exploring the heavens, nor stop
Where
daring
the
to
cats,
take
there's no
another
cats. They would have
step
knocked everything
forward
off the edge of that
for
this
humanity.
cosmic cliff.
In the words of the
There used to be
famous
cats
Carl
all along here, but
Sagan,
they pushed all that
somewhere
over the side.
something incredible is waiting to be known. I think those words are becoming reality.
Where's Neil deGrasse Tyson?
An honor to have you here. Thank you very much.
We need some water.
Wow. So this is a celebration for all humanity. If you've ever looked up at the night sky and wonder, whoever you are, wherever you are, this is your telescope. And we also salute the thousands of people who have dedicated part of their lives to making Webb.
Funny that we still call it the heavens.
I also want to give a big shout out for the superb media team who's helped bring Webb's story to the world.
Yeah, it's not even taking into a
joint effort
religious
of
sense in that at
superstar
all.
Producers, animators, and social media specialists at the
And I think you need a
Canadian
100-foot-long wall to put a poster on.
and
Yes.
especially the Goddard Space Flight Center. Webb captures light in distant colors that the eye can't see, and you've actually made this visible to the world. So finally, if you go to NASA,
I'd like that necklace.
Webb First Images, you can
I
download all
would
of the
like to put that on the
images
wall.
just shown in full resolution, and check back often.
Not your one, the real person. Where he at?
Exciting new destinations around the universe.
He's probably watching this and thinking about ways how to pick it apart.
It's only just the
And
beginning.
either inspire greatness or
Everyone at CSA, ESA, and
just
NASA,
tweet
I'm
and
so
drop
very
and then
pleased to
say
be
something
this.
controversial.
I'm Michelle Fowler. Go Webb.
When is the LEGO Ideas reveal? The LEGO Ideas reveal happened earlier this morning. We had we didn't do it over here, but it was revealed that it's going to be, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, it is not the James Webb Space Telescope set, so I will endeavor, though, to see it. I would imagine they're going to put that, at least that, they should be on Rebreakable, or at least releasing the instructions, because that is too cool of a set to not build, even if it isn't an official LEGO set at all. But oh my goodness, these images today, these freaking images are incredible. This is just the beginning. You know, Scotty, you said this as well. This is just the beginning of these images that we're going to be witnessing over time. It's also the fact that something like with this, this was 12 hours. 12 hours. That's all that they utilized for Webb to take this image. So no longer are we going to be waiting for like weeks on end for certain images to come out. Like how much more efficient they can do science with this observatory. How perfect would the James Webb set announcement would have been? I know, I was really, really hoping for that. I thought it was just, if anything, I mean, okay, the winner for at least this round of the LEGO Ideas was the Hocus Pocus set. So we do get the Sanderson sisters. I know a lot of people do love the movie Hocus Pocus. It looks pretty cool. It looks really cool. I was really hoping though for a victory for science, for STEM, that we would get the James Webb Space Telescope Lego set. However, not the case. But you know, I think there's still value to be had with the JWST Lego set. And where are we at? This is I gotta find out the route to the blogs. There we go. So the winner was the Hocus Pocus set, but tons of other sets in there that were well worthy. Stargate as well, and the SR-71 Blackbird. Like, that would have been awesome. I would like to hope to see that some of these may pop up on Rebrickable. Also, there was the Cosmic Adventures. That was a set that wasn't initially picked, but ended up being a gift with purchase from LEGO Ideas. So hopefully, maybe some of these other sets might make the cut for a GWP down the road. So we'll see. LEGO bitmap of released images. Second row, number 3, Johnny 5. Yes, that is a motorized Johnny 5. Now, if you go check out Amish Ace, you go check out his streams, he did do the rebuild of the Johnny 5, and it looks pretty awesome. It is a massive build. All right, Buck, you gotta eventually get back to the work thing. Eventually get back to the work. Jatpak, welcome in. Welcome into the observatory. Let's turn everything back on, shall we? Let's at least, but also like a huge excitement for everything that has been going on today with JWST.
You should have gone for the head.
Why?
Oh, okay.
It's still on. What the heck? Ah!
Holy potatoes!
Oh my goodness. All right, the drop game is almost back on. Drop game is back on. Drop game's on. Exclamation point drop. But no, it has been an incredible morning. Absolutely awesome. So, exclamation point drop. Get your parashites going. We have what has been. Let's go back to the album over here on web. There is quite a few images. I'll drop that link as well into the chat. All right, Grand Admiral Quack, thank you very much for joining in. Thank you so much for joining us today. K-Maths, hello. How are you doing? So we do have our drop game. We did have our first 0.01% drop, and I said before it is Sundays, but that was the first time we had the tier 3 sub gifted out yesterday. So that was Entropic Universe, gifting it out to the community. Very, 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 very generous of them. So these are all the images that have been released from JWST. So we have the Stefan's Quintet in the MI and NI field, as well as the... Which one was this one? I'll have to double check what wavelength that is in, but there's awesome images to come out. More science is going to just be happening all the time now. We can see what JWST is capable of. All right, Quack, in the beard you go. I appreciate the lurk. Shidohara, you had asked something before. Why are you smashing another set? Are you a glutton for punishment? I never looked at the idea entries, but there are a lot of good ones. There was a great deal of good ones, but yes, we will be smashing. Well, we will be smashing the set, but if we do reach a goal, we will be smashing the Lego set. Later tonight, because we did meet a goal yesterday, we are going to be doing a $50 gift card giveaway for Lego. That'd be $50 Canadian, so whatever the exchange rate would be for your country, depending if you're not Canadian. We'll be doing that, and if we reach this 40 subs by Sunday, we'll do some festive karaoke. Oh boy. And that will be the latest stretch goal on here as we move forward with everything on here. So yes, if we do smash this set, we're going to continue building the Home Alone set later tonight, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so in about 6.5 hours from now. So we'll continue this build with our Astros Potpourri and our Lego build. Compared to the Hubble pictures for Karina, it's amazing how much more texture. It's just an amazing amount of. I know the comparison images are going to start showing up really, really soon, but also just to be able to see what the JWST Observatory is capable of, and checking out the very, very detailed information of WASP-96b for its chemical composition. So super excited to see what is going to be coming up from the observatory. And I know there's going to be there's probably going to be higher res images showing up later online, but for the first things that we saw, it is absolutely incredible. It is so awesome. So those who have joined in, those who are your first time in the stream, thank you so much for joining us. And we are very happy to be sharing this time with you and checking out some new images from outer space. Now we here as well, we do share images of outer space. We have a fairly large telescope, and we will be looking to take the cover off of that later tonight if possible, if the weather is going to hold up, so we can take our own images of outer space from our backyard and show you targets like the Eagle Nebula in some of the greatest detail that we've ever had on stream. And reducing our integration time here is like a good example of the upgrades in technology that can help bring the cosmos to your eyes that much quicker. So being able to look at the Tulip Nebula, which we've never really had a great look at before. It's always been a fairly dim target, rather... I don't want to say unremarkable, but it is heavy in hydrogen alpha, and with a color camera, it can be difficult to start to resolve some of those details. A target that's only starting to come up above the horizon at sunset is the California Nebula, and I cannot wait to add more time on this target. And just a little farther to the east on this image, there is a galaxy that is another 219 million light years beyond the California Nebula. So many, many great targets. Being able to check out our nearest galactic neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy. Very happy to be sharing these images. So we'll be sharing our own views of the cosmos whenever we can, whenever the skies are going to be clear. So like I said, tonight we'll be starting at 6 o'clock. It might end up being a bit of a longer stream. And yeah, like I said, we'll keep our eyes on the weather. And right now, I think it's not too bad. We might be actually in good shape. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. It looks like it's fairly good. So we'll be starting our stream later today at 6 p.m. doing our Lego build. We will build as long as possible and try to get more than 2 bags completed so that we can finish this Home Alone house by the 31st of December. And then we got some really cool things coming up throughout the summer for some Lego builds. Some that you guys don't even know about yet that we haven't even announced. So excited to build those, but also a little bit of Optimus Prime. Arduino, how has your morning been? How's it been going for you, sir? But I appreciate everybody who has dropped by today, who has stuck around for the images coming through, and it's just adding to the excitement of what more are we going to see. For the limited time, how can Webb and Hubble work together to make some incredibly incredibly amazing images. You like the drop feature? Thank you. The drop feature is more for our LEGO streams, but we've just let this go for the next few days. It's Christmas in July. We are building the LEGO Home Alone set. I'll be back, like I said, later on, wearing a very, very fluffy Christmas jumper. So we'll get the fan and the air on in here. And I also was so excited. I was so excited about Faust. I was so excited about the images, I didn't eat my hash brown. Faust, 98.96. Look at you go. Look at that. There we go. 98.6. A gifted sub to the community. No, sorry, not the community. To you. To you. There we go. Get that going. All right. Also, I don't remember what's been turned off, what's been turned on. So if you remember the commands, just throw them out there. Let's see. Just create chaos. Just do some chaos right now. And then I'll figure out what hasn't been turned back on. Big C 2795, how you doing? Oh, jeez. Have more fun. Hello, how you doing? All right. See, so much excitement. I forgot to eat my dang hash brown. All right, folks. 98.96. There you go. For the drop game, onto the spike of appreciation. The second sub today from the drop game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those two aren't on. All right. We'll get those back up. We'll get those commands back on. My hash brown's now you're hungry. It's still delicious, even like an hour later. All right, but congratulations. Congratulations, folks. Welsh boy! Hello there. Gwen, I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for sticking around today. CJ, you're up till 7 a.m. because of the excitement. So bloody tired. It was a late night as well. The giraffe is done because the tall deck set has been completed. There's probably a few other things I've neglected to turn back on. What else do we have here? Channel points. Who hasn't been turned back on? The droplets aren't back on. All right, the droplets are back on. Lo-fi. There we go. No, not that one. There we go. I think everything should probably be back on. JWST data is up on Mast, but it's exclusive account access only currently. All right, cool. Excellent. Okay, I think everything is turned. Almost everything is turned back on. Almost all things. Okay, this should be probably one of the few times we actually have so many of our things turned on and off. Welsh boy, have you missed the images? Yes. However, they are available. I will drop that link in the chat again. But these are the images from JWST And absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous images. Ebsta, hello from Frankfurt. Oh, goodness, you're still speechless. There is so many amazing things to see. What do we got here? Security. Wow. We're gonna get a lot of these comparison images, and that is what's also truly important. Like, look how much we can see beyond. So here's Webb, here's JWST, and here's Hubble. Absolutely, completely historic day, and with not even like we're not underselling this. It was absolutely incredible. Dame Karen, hello Karen. Good to see you. Absolutely amazing. The details. Like I like even like the Hubble images. I love the look of them. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And then how much more detail we can see with JWST. It is incredible. So looking forward to seeing what is coming up in the future. Yeah, see that dot? That dot? Yeah, I live there. What's up, Caffeine? How you doing, sir? I mean, 30 years later, wouldn't it be a bit disappointing if Webb wasn't significantly better than Hubble? That's true yet. That is true. Composites of Hubble and JWST will be amazing, showing different details. And that was kind of what the original idea was going to be, that they would work alongside each other, but Hubble is nearing the end of its serviceable life, so there's some limited time for some comparable targets to be had. Now, Webb also, JWST also looked at the Stephan's Quintet, which was one of the targets. Now, of everything they looked at, right now, this is the only one we could probably image with our telescope later tonight. Erco Problemo. Welcome. Hello, hello. Always disputing. Hello there. How you doing? Like Apple each year, this is the fastest we made yet. Exactly. There's many, many details. You can tell those two images are different wavelengths from the gas in the Hubble image. Hubble is more optical, and Webb is in the infrared. Hello, you great bearded wonder. Hello, you smooth-talking fox. Yes, we are really, really excited for everything that we're going to be able to see in the future. Later on tonight, like I said, the weather should be clearing up so that we can take the cover off the telescope. We'll be looking at we'll be aiming to look at Stephan's Quintet. Carina Nebula Made You Cry just blew you away. It is these images, like there is so much to take in. There's so much views that we can. There's so many details. Like, can we see it all and just take it in one stream? No. I mean, the fact that there's hundreds of galaxies in this little port, in this little corner, you know, it is. Ooh, Sean, your power just went out. Uh-oh. Do you have a storm rolling through? Should I be worried about a storm rolling through soon? Yeah, Disputin', thank you very much for joining in today. There's still so much to unpack with these images. Looking forward to what's coming up next, and we are going to be reviewing these images later on. There's going to be some more input and more insight with what we're looking at, so we can have a better explanation. There was this image that Focusing Infinity did share on Discord from the first image, so we can see why. Why does it look distorted? Place your bets now. Will Oculus replace your strap after they admitted liability a few months ago in the news of a material that is mixed with the plastic that causes corrosion over time? Will they give you a new one or not? I would cite the ever-loving shit out of that article, and I think they would. Scrotum. Not saying it was aliens. And it's back on. All right. Did everything taste purple for a minute? Karina, your namesake nebula, you like to think. It is, like, these targets are awesome. So like I said, we're aiming to take a look at Stefan's quintet. Actually, what kind of focal length do we have on here? With what our telescope is capable of, that's still a possibility to see some details. We can look at this target. Actually, we'll go here. We'll look at a bunch of galaxies later tonight, because that is well within our field of view. So we'll take a look at the Deerlick group as well as Stefan's quintet later on tonight, once these skies clear up. And we'll build some Lego, we'll do some space. We're going to do it all today. It is going to be a fantastic day of streaming and space and Lego. So I appreciate everybody who has been joining in today and spending time looking at these images. And just, for those of us who lost slack in our trousers or need to change our underpants for any reason whatsoever, now's the time. We'll be back in a few hours, but like 6 hours from now. Take a bit of a break, get everything all sorted out, stretch, eat some food, and yeah, as always, we have it's not a ghost pepper today. We do have a Scotch bonnet because every other ghost pepper was rotten at the grocery store, so nothing to be done with that one, but we'll have a similar sandwich available or a similar vehicle to put the hot pepper on later tonight. As always, if that drops to 0, we do eat a spicy, fresh pepper. Drop game, ! Drop, get him in there one more time, probably 1 or 2 more rounds as I wrap things up. If we hit a new sub goal, which is attaching to the smashing goal, we'll do some festive karaoke on Sunday. But also later today, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to remember. Later tonight, at the start of the stream, early on in the stream, like in the first half hour, no more than 45 minutes, 5 hours tops, we will be doing a giveaway for the $50 Lego gift card as we hit a sub goal last night. So we will get one of those. That is essentially an instant giveaway. We'll get the code to your inbox later on in the evening or in the morning, depending on how schedules work. But yes. No, not a scam away, a rigged away. Do a rig away. Yes, we have ghost peppers. Although they were all like gross. These Scotch bonnets, however, they look nice. Like look how spicy and shiny they are. It's delicious. So that's about as hot as they had right now. But if we need to crank up the heat, we have plenty of other sauces we can throw on. Like I said, we'll do some live astrophotography later tonight. So I'm greatly appreciative to everyone who has joined in. Eat it now! I said no! No. I'll eat it. I'll eat it if this hits 0 in the next 5 minutes. It's less than 5 minutes because I'm going to be finding a raid target. There you go. Either 4,053 bits or a combination of bits and subs. But other than that, the pepper stays. But I appreciate everybody who has joined in. Let's get ! Drop. Looks like we got one more new round coming in. Hey. Scrotum! Thank you very much for the 200 bits. At least for that, we'll do some ghost pepper peanuts. Every 50 bits. Thank you very much. On to our spike of appreciation. Our pillar of happiness. It is wonderfully appreciated. Alright, you love the second one. Oh, with the images. You can't. Yes, somebody got 0.01. It was an entropic universe. And they gave it away to the community. Like, How awesome is that? So, Nori, you didn't believe me for so long. You didn't believe me for so long. After all these years, it happened. It's occurring. It has been done. Cursed on duty, hello! How are you doing? Alright, one more time. Here's the link for the images from JWST. So hopefully everybody has a good day, a very good evening. Like I said, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back in 6 hours' time. We're gonna continue our build of the Lego Home Alone set.
Should have gone for the head.
That crap. Oh, jeez. All right, here is our raid message. That's not a raid message. For those who are subscribed, you got the holy potatoes. For those who are not subscribed, we got Carl Sagan and our pale blue dot. I want to thank everybody once again for hanging out today. It's been an absolute pleasure to share this time with you. And we are going to go say hello to... Let's go see what's going on with... Oh, what is happening with... Yeah, he just started. He just started. We're going to go say hello to Nova Charter. We're going to go send you guys over to Nova Charter. You're going to turn the beaver into an emote. It says it's intended for mature audiences, then we're all disqualified. Who do we sent everything over to I'm Bored Toys yesterday. But yeah, let's go send you guys over to Nova Charter. He is just starting off today and a wonderful friend of the channel. So, and hit him up with a nice amount of people dropping in. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back at 6 o'clock, 6 hours from now, with a continuing of our Lego Home Alone set. I'll throw on the Christmas jumper and we'll have some fun. I'll get a little bit more in-depth information on the images from tonight. Chris, thank you so much for the follow today. We are going to be heading off. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good morning, a very good evening, a very good afternoon, and we will see you later tonight. Take care, everyone.
Oh, okay. So,